She stood there in the opulent great room of her sister's sprawling Colorado estate, the air thick with the scent of fresh-cut flowers and expensive perfumes, as the projector screen behind her flickered to life with damning evidence. Sarah Thompson, at 32, had always been the quiet one, the reliable shadow in a family that shone brightest on her younger sister. But tonight, under the glow of crystal chandeliers, that silence was about to erupt into something irreversible. The guests' friends, investors, distant relatives turned their heads. Champagne flutes paused mid-sip. As the first slide appeared, a scandal page, highlighting her grandmother's explicit bequest to Sarah, crossed out and redirected. "This," Sarah said, her voice steady but laced with years of suppressed fury, "is where it ends." For as long as Sarah could remember, the Thompson family had been a facade of perfection wrapped in favoritism. Her father, Michael, a retired corporate executive with a commanding presence and a habit of dismissing anything that didn't align with his vision of success. Her mother, Patricia, elegant and poised, always quick with a cutting remark disguised as concern. And then Olivia, her sister 3 years younger, the golden child with cascading blonde hair, a magnetic laugh, and an Instagram feed that screamed effortless glamour. Sarah? She was the workhorse, the marketing coordinator in bustling New York City, grinding through 12-hour days at a midtown agency, living in a cramped walk-up apartment while Olivia lounged in luxury condos funded by viral posts and brand deals. Family gatherings always highlighted the divide. Olivia's latest trip to Aspen praised endlessly, while Sarah's promotions were met with polite nods, as if her achievements were expected but unremarkable. It started small, those early wounds that festered in silence. As kids, Olivia got the shiny new smartphone for her birthday, while Sarah made do with a hand-me-down that barely held a charge. In college, when Sarah juggled part-time jobs to pay tuition, her parents footed Olivia's entire bill at a private university, calling it an investment in her potential. But adulthood turned those slights into gaping scars. 3 years ago, during a tense family dinner in their parents' Connecticut home, Michael had pulled Sarah aside. "Olivia's eyeing this adorable starter loft in Manhattan," he'd said, as if it were a casual chat. "Could use a hand with the deposit, say $25,000? She's got big plans." Sarah had scraped together every penny from her savings, built from skipped lunches and overtime shifts. She handed it over, hoping for once to feel like part of the inner circle. Olivia never repaid a dime. Instead, she flipped the loft after a year for a profit she bragged about on social media, tagging Sarah in a post that read, "Big sis hooked me up. Family goals." The betrayals piled up like unpaid bills. In spring 2021, Olivia announced her engagement to Ryan Ellis, a slick venture capitalist with a perpetual tan and stories of disruptive deals that sounded too good to be true. Wedding fever consumed everything. Sarah's phone buzzed constantly with demands. "Sarah, the venue's short $10,000. Mom says you're good for it." Patricia's voice on the line was insistent, laced with that familiar guilt trip. "Olivia would bend over backward for you. Don't make this about money." Sarah wired the funds, dipping into her emergency stash, watching her dreams of starting a side hustle evaporate. The wedding was a spectacle, Olivia in a gown that could fund a small startup, while Sarah stood in the bridal party, smiling through gritted teeth. Post-ceremony, Olivia texted a curt "T-checks" with a heart emoji, then ghosted her for months. By mid-2022, Sarah's career hit a wall. She'd poured her soul into a major campaign at work, only to be overlooked for a senior role. At a family brunch, she vented quietly, seeking solace. Patricia scoffed, swirling her mimosa. "Maybe if you had Olivia's charm." "Honey, She's killing it online, brands lining up. You come off a bit intense. The words stung like salt in an open wound. Later that day, Sarah's feed lit up with Olivia's post, a selfie of her in power heels. Caption: mentoring my sis on climbing the ladder. Boss babe. It was a lie. Sarah had been the one coaching Olivia through basic contracts and pitches. When confronted, Olivia fired back via text: chill. It's just content. Get over yourself. Maybe that's why you're stuck. Showing the messages to her parents only earned a sigh from Michael: you're overreacting. Sarah. Olivia's building an empire. Let it go. Thanksgiving that year crystallized the isolation. Sarah arrived at Olivia and Ryan's sleek penthouse, arms full with a homemade casserole and wine, only to find the feast half-eaten. We started early. Olivia had a shoot, Patricia explained breezily, as if Sarah's tower drive meant nothing. The group chat they'd referenced? Sarah wasn't in it. As toasts rang out to Olivia's bright future, Sarah sat in the corner, her dish untouched, the hollow ache in her chest growing. That night, alone in her dim apartment, tears finally came, not from sadness, but resolve. No more. She'd build her own world, hidden from their prying eyes. The next morning, Sarah filed paperwork for Whisper Designs LLC. Her passion project: custom, handcrafted jewelry using sustainable materials, blending modern minimalism with intricate details. Her marketing savvy turned it into a quiet hit: Etsy sales first, then boutique partnerships. She poured weekends into it, skipping family calls with vague excuses about work deadlines. By summer 2023, royalties from a patented necklace clasp design flooded in, outstripping her salary. She invested wisely: stakes in 2 trendy Brooklyn eateries, a diversified stock portfolio hitting $400,000. All in secret. Her armor against their dismissal. Then came the inheritance bombshell. December 2023. At a somber gathering in a wood-paneled club in Greenwich, Grandma Thompson, the one relative who'd seen Sarah's worth, encouraging her designs, promising $20,000 for your dreams, had passed. The lawyer read the will. But Patricia interrupted with a beaming smile: Olivia's got news. Olivia flashed a upgraded ring, announcing their bid on a multi-million-dollar home in Aspen Ridge. And, Patricia added triumphantly, we're reallocating Grandma's gift to Sarah for their down payment. Makes sense, she's single. Stable job. The room froze. Sarah's breath caught. But Grandma specified it for me, she whispered. The lawyer shifted uncomfortably. Discretionary powers. Olivia smirked, admiring her hand. No one defended Sarah. Betrayed by blood. Again. Back in her parents' guest room, Sarah confronted Patricia over coffee. That was my validation. Grandma believed in me. Patricia waved it off. Don't be selfish. Olivia needs it for a family. What would you do? Buy more beads. The cruelty snapped something deep inside. Sarah left that night, hotel-bound, vowing acceleration. Whisper Designs boomed. National features. A flagship store in Soho. Net worth, $1.8 million. Family oblivious. Still seeing her as the lesser one. March 2024 brought Ryan's email. Family only, invest up. 100 came in. Game changer. Red flags everywhere. Sarah hired investigators through a sharp attorney, Elena Vargas. Revelations poured in. Ryan's firm was a Ponzi pyramid, funneling parent investments into illusions. Olivia? FTC breaches. Stolen designs, including Sarah's early sketches she'd shared innocently. The inheritance? Willfully twisted. Bordering fraud. The housewarming invite arrived like a dare. Olivia's scrawled note. Doubt you'll come. But whatever. Sarah saw her stage. She prepared meticulously, dossiers, evidence binders. A poised ensemble. June 15th. Aspen Ridge Mansion aglow with guests. Sarah entered. Transformed, elegant, unflinching. As chatter hummed, she hijacked the screen. Fraud first, she announced. Projecting the will. Gasps. Then texts. Emails, years of emotional daggers. Abuse, she continued. Voice rising. Chaos built. Ryan's scheme exposed. Your investments? Smoke and mirrors. Shouts erupted. Olivia's thefts, stolen from me. From others. The room imploded, accusations. Tears. Patricia lunged. How dare you? Sarah met her eyes. How dare you all? Then her reveal. I'm Sarah Thompson, CEO of Whisper Designs. Worth millions. Built without you, despite you. Lawsuits filed at dawn. Fraud. Theft. Violations. Ryan's empire crumbled. FBI involved. Olivia's brands fled. Marriage shattered. Parents divorced amid ruin. Sarah donated the reclaimed inheritance to artist grants. Her business soared. She spoke at conferences. Met Alex Rivera, a ethical investor with warm eyes. Coffee turned to dates. A future untainted. No glee in their fall, only peace. The price of their choices, isolation. Sarah's? Freedom. Scars healed into strength. She walked into her new life. Whispers of the past fading. Her story finally her own.